It's the day after Thanksgiving, 2020. I hope everybody had a wonderful time. If you are some of those that limited access to people in your home, I hope that you've been able to at least enjoy your friends and family via telephone. I don't think any of us um, understand the depths that some of the COVID-19 and these bans are having on people. So for me, I don't know. It's been kind of a weird year. Obviously, um, uh, mentally for me, it's been a little tough. Probably for a whole lot of other people as well. My health has been kind of put through the ringer a little bit here this year, but I'm very thankful, very blessed that I am going to be able to come out of everything, and I hope that you are too. Um, there's so many things that we can sit and ponder and, ooh, poor, pitiful me. I think that's what we're supposed to do. And I fall into it. And I think that so many people do without even realizing it. I have a cousin that is battling cancer. Um, I'm sure you do too, or you know somebody that is. And it seems to just kind of beat around the bush until, you know. I have a friend that has a little bit of mental health issues. Being locked up is not so much so beneficial, even though there's some things that have helped her somewhat in this, and that's that they're not having to deal daily with some of the issues that she was, that helped kind of get her down a little bit. And so until you know somebody's story, it's very easy to judge. And hope that I hope that I try not to do that. Judgment's not mine. It's not mine to make. I have really good friends that are going through some troubled times, and I'm sure you do as well. I think I'm supposed to be here to listen. I think I'm supposed to be here to support. I have moments that I feel almost overwhelmed with it. I just, I don't know. Um, I'm still waiting to find out if I've actually had some small stroke, which I really maybe don't think I have, um, or if I'm just simply a candidate and some of the markers are lining up right, and that's what the doctor's trying to get across to me. I'm hoping that that's more what it is, and that I can figure out exactly what those markers are so that I can have some sense of relief from it. I will go back on December 2nd to see my neurological team. They'll do another program. So if you don't like what I have to say, talk to my programmer, because everything from there is started right there. So if you don't like it, call her up. Tell her I don't like it. Make her be funny again. That's supposed to be funny. I don't know. Anyway, I have spent the last couple of weeks playing with this silly bird. Probably for no reason. I'm trying to be entertained, maybe, I don't know. But I'm trying to open and let her out of her cage a little bit because she's not the most social bird. She's very aggressive sometimes, and Her aggression comes out generally in a screech, which is, oh my God, it's blow your eardrums out. But sometimes it's also aggressive behavior with her beak, and she really likes getting a good bite. As a matter of fact, the last time she bit through my nail bed, and I threw her kind of against the wall. Sorry about that. And it wasn't intentional. It was, oh my God, get this thing off of me. The bird recovered my fingernail yesterday. I was finally able to get it. Let me see if I can see it now. Right there. Do you see where she got me in the nail bed? Yeah, it's kind of ugly, but yeah. Anyway, so I've been trying to let her around a little bit and play with her a little bit. She played Raging Bull with a water bottle. So I tried, I drink enough water, so I'm trying to entertain the bird with one of these water bottles. And it's funny because she'll play with it, and then I thought, okay. When I put her back in the cage at night, I'd put it in there at the bottom of the cage, and she would. She played and played and played. Well, it was the next morning we got up, and oops, I guess I shouldn't have done that because she's an extremely smart bird. She can unscrew the cap off of the bottle and commenced to chewing on it. And I hope to God that she didn't swallow any of it. Oh, I feel bad. I mean, let me see. Fling the bird up against the wall. That was kind of sorry, but you bit me really, really hard in my nail bed. It was not my intent by any measure, but I sure don't want her to die because she had a bite of a bottle, and so she has her football in the bottom of the cage. It's just, it's about yay big, because I don't know, she'll walk up to it and kind of stick her beak on it, but she won't really push it around too much. The water bottle, when it comes out, she goes crazy. It's kind of funny, but apparently I can't leave her unattended with it. So there's that. And then, of course, all of you guys know Bella the Boxer. Kind of working a little bit on my first children's story that includes her. By the way, my book is coming out, and it'll be called Issued. It should be out in about 2 weeks. So we're going to try really hard to see about getting some pre-orders done. The book is going to sell for $10.95. And if you would like to have a signed copy of it, it's not a very large book, it's a chapter book. It's kind of a test book for me because it's a small part of me out there into the world for people to see. That's not the most easy thing for me to do. Anyway, so if you're interested, I should have received some books within 2 weeks, and if you would like one with a signature on it, the books are on sale for $10.95. I'm not exactly sure everywhere that it's going to be. I do know that you'll be able to purchase it off of Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble, all of that. The book is issued, ISSUED, issued. The book, of course, is penned in my name. And for those of you that don't know what that means I wrote it and I put my name on it. I do have other books that are coming, but going through a publisher versus free books themselves, I'm trying to establish a little bit more of a quality piece of work. Not that those aren't. I simply don't know how to do them, and I'm tired of fighting this stupid thing. So I'll just go ahead and use my publisher for what I'm going to get done. Okay? It's that simple. Truly, that simple. I was hoping to get clearance in December. Medical clearance, that is. I'm trying to be as honest with myself as possible. I don't believe I'm going to be getting medical clearance in December. It's not really the most fun thing I've ever gone, yeah. But I'm trying to be honest, and I don't think it's going to be there. So I don't set myself up for failure. Because I did kind of do that a little bit in November. I was looking, they told me that I basically had to wait so many days, and then if everything seemed to be clear and I was able to, that I could travel farther than my house from the Parkinson's Foundation. I found out that there's not that many people that know enough about the implant that I have that operates how my brain functions. This surgery has been done for over 20 years, except that I chose to go with the Boston Scientific product. I chose to do so for multiple reasonings. The first is that the implants are put under this collarbone here. They made a little cut and then made a little pocket kind of, and the computer sits right there. The one that I went with was, quite frankly, the smallest, and it's still somewhat large in my opinion, but I'm not very big. And the ones that, there were two other brands that I didn't have to do a collar and some Wi-Fi recharging. You know, they had this new thing, and it sets out like I don't know, if you have an iPhone and you take your iPhone, you set this here down, and then you set your iPhone against it, and it automatically charges. I have that with my computer on my chest, and then a battery-operated Wi-Fi thing, whatever, or Bluetooth. I don't know how it works, really. I know that after 30 minutes, my skin is a little bit warm to the touch, and 30 minutes ought to be the maximum at any time for me to have it up against me, because I can combust. Not real fun, but if I just watch what I'm doing, I'll be all right. So, because the other ones, the unit that they implant, it's just tremendous in size, and because I am not that large, that didn't seem very viable to me. Mine also has my nanochips. I have 4 on each one, and with the Boston Scientific, they can direct those nanochips around, they can move it, versus not being able to do so with the older technology. I'm not trying to have the biggest, best, whatever, but I want to have something that's going to operate, hopefully extremely successful, for the next 10 to 15 years that this computer is inside me, and for it to be very positive and very beneficial. So those are the things kind of that I have to deal with regularly. Now, there were some other issues that I've had to deal with, and most time I have a pretty good handle on them, sometimes not so much, and that's just the human effect, I believe. Anytime you bore holes into the frontal lobe, now here's where it makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about, and I actually don't, so I'm not a know-it-all at all. But in the frontal lobe, it operates my movements, dexterity type things, cognitive, emotional, swallowing has been a little bit of an issue here and there for me. Sometimes my tongue feels like it's huge, and that's been addressed at least once. Actually, more than once. It's been twice. Once I found that I was kind of chewing on my tongue, the sides of my tongues, and I had sores, and I was like, can't do that. But this was the thing that made me really go, When they told me originally that I needed to stay within a circumference, pretty much the same distance from home back to the medical center, it wasn't to punish me, and it's not even to scare me, but I live right now in a town called Conroe. While Conroe sits a little outside of Greater Houston, it's about 50-ish miles, I guess, from me down to the medical center. There is a closer hospital here, and the neurologist there has never seen the product in use that I have installed. Why would that matter? Because if something goes wrong with it, he cannot help me at all. If I stay within my house down to the medical center, they will come get me, or I can be taken there. Once I start surpassing farther and farther out, I lose that ability. And then, so I'm relying on somebody that does not have training with what I have just had done. So, to answer a question, is whether I have an ankle monitor on me? Yeah. It's not in the ankle though. It's right here up on my head. So, yeah, I'm not going to try to beat the system and put myself at risk. That doesn't even make sense to me. But, anywho, that's what's going on with it today. I did see something, and it was very interesting. And it was about a couple of days before Thanksgiving. Michael J. Fox, of course, is the philanthropist that has done so much with the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which is all about Parkinson's disease. And I would love to meet Michael J. Fox. Probably not ever going to happen. That's all right. But it would be very intriguing for me, because I have a lot of questions that I would ask him. Now, one thing that he has not done is Michael J. Fox has not done the DBS, which is the deep brain stimulation, the surgery. He has not done that. But as to why, well, first, not everybody is really a candidate for the type of surgery that I had. Second, he could have been possibly offered something different. Most of the time when you see Michael J. Fox, he has a lot of motion, and his motion is not a tremor. That motion is actually called dyskinesia, and that is a side effect of the medication. Now, the dyskinesia itself can be very uncomfortable. Until I had the DBS, and I can still every once in a while get the dyskinesia, and it's very annoying. It's actually as annoying, if not more so, than the tremors themselves. But there's so many different things with Parkinson's that can be. So, I mean, some people have tremors, some people freeze, some people don't have tremors or freeze. Some people have it on one side, some people have it on both sides. Some people have dyskinesia or the tremor itself vocally. Some people don't. I mean, so it's like, back and forth. One thing that I did find that was kind of, is Michael J. Fox and myself are, I would say we're within a year of each other, maybe two, in age. He's been fighting, and it's been an ongoing public battle for about 20-something years for him. And I was officially diagnosed about 8 years ago now with Parkinson's, and my neurological physician says I've probably had it since I was about 30, and it was misdiagnosed. And so I took some medicine for a long time that really, I don't think it helped me a whole lot. And I think that there's a whole lot of people out there that might fall somewhat into that category, is that you take something thinking that it's one thing, to find out much later in life that no, it's not. Has it created an issue for me? I have no idea. Has it made the Parkinson's react differently? I have no idea. But you have to be very comfortable with any diagnosis that you're given. And I had to learn this the hard way. Don't just simply take someone for their word. They are practicing, and that's because everybody reacts different to different things, different stimuli. And it's up to us, as much as it is to them, to be able to communicate effectively and succinctly, so that they can get the diagnosis as correct for you at that time as possible. So it just really makes a difference. I had to discontinue, well, I didn't have to, I chose to discontinue taking a medication that I guess you get built up into your system enough of it. Then I went on to I had a bad week with it. Thankfully, I'm not having those issues now. And so I do think that it was because of that medication and how my body reacted to it. Everything I seemed to eat, I regurgitated, and it came quite the issue. Anyway, that's it for me today, and I'll chat later.